question is, when staring at your big goal and it seems like a massive elephant that you can't conquer, what will you do? Well, that's the question, and this podcast, Eat Your Elephant, is here to help you to find the answer that will keep you moving forward and making progress. Because you can eat your elephant one bite at a time. I'm your host, Nick Macy, and let's dive right in.
Well, hello there. Glad you're here. Glad you're listening in. This is the Eat Your Elephant podcast because we're here to help you to conquer your goals one bite at a time. Because the big goals in life, they tend to take a lot to achieve. You don't just sit out there and say, hey, I'm going to drastically change my life for the better, and it's just going to take one step, and then it's all going to be done. That just doesn't happen. But you have goals. So you have things that you want to do. And those things, if they're really good goals, if they're really important to you and they're big, then they're probably going to take multiple steps to get there. And of course, you can't do all those steps at once. And frankly, you can't even do all the steps in one day, most likely, because it's a big goal. So how do you stay on track with all the things that you want to do to achieve the things that you want in your life and keep moving forward towards your goals? Well, one thing that I do is I follow the rule of 3. See, in a recent episode, I talked about setting yourself up for success by having that morning routine and preparing that morning routine the night before. Well, one of the things I follow in that is the rule of 3. And it's ridiculously simple, helpful, powerful, and that's why I like it. So take all the things that I want to get done, or you take all the things that you want to get done, and select the top 3 things that are going to get you closer to your goal. Write them down. Boom. That's it. Now, I do this for each night for the next morning. I write down 3 big things that I want to get done the next morning. And that way when I get up, I know what I need to do to work on my goals, to make progress, to move forward, and to make them happen. See, in the big 3, it's not just for the morning. You can use the rule of 3 for mornings, days, weeks, months, quarters, years. It helps. It's really simple. See, 3 is a good number because it's kind of easy to keep track of 3 things. It's not too big. It's not overwhelming. Now, if you're doing the big 3 things you want to conquer for the year, yeah, they're going to be big things, but you don't have to worry about remembering the 94 different steps that's going to go into achieving each one of those big 3 things. Each one of those little steps might be on a big 3 list for a day or a week. But when you only have to keep track of 3 things, it's a little bit easier to remember. It's a little bit easier to focus on and to keep track of. And it's, like I said, it helps from being overwhelmed. Now, I'm not exactly sure where the big 3 kind of rule came from. I know that when you're giving a presentation and you're talking to people, that it's helpful to not overload them with too many points. And I like to limit the points that I make in a presentation to 3. It's kind of easier to remember, easier to keep track of. When you know you only have 3 things to do that day, or those 3 main things to do that day, then you can knock them out. You don't get sidetracked on all the other stuff because you remember the big 3 things you got to do. Now, I like making a little adjustment to this, or a little addition. I heard about the big 3 years ago, so I've been doing it off and on for a long time, a lot more consistent recently, and it's really been helping me out. But this one little, trick or tip or addition makes it even more helpful. And that's the one key. Because we got to have one key to make the day a successful day. And I heard this suggestion elsewhere a couple years ago. And so I've kind of combined the 2. I like having one thing that I can do today so I can call the day a success. What's that big thing you need to do today? So you have that on your list, and you have your big 3. So of those big 3 items, what's the one main thing that as long as you knock that out, it'll be all right? Now, you want to go ahead and knock out the other 2 items. That's cool. You're still making progress. But that way you know what your one priority is. And if there's not a one key, if it's just taking care of those big 3 items, then that's fine. I like having this little option to kind of put it on my list the night before the morning, because sometimes when you wake up in the morning, it might not go exactly 100% according to plan. I don't know if you have unexpected things pop up in your life like I do, and I'm pretty sure everybody just about. And so when that happens, sometimes it's good to have that one key item. If for whatever reason all of a sudden things go awry and you're pressed for time and you can't get much done, what's that one key? That one key on that list is helpful for those situations. I know I talk about this a lot with the kind of focus on doing it the night before just for the morning, but this is something that you can do for the week, for the month. And even if you're not detailing every single thing that you'll do, if you have the big three and your one key, then at least you can knock that stuff out. And I'm telling you, if you take and knock out the big items, the real important ones, and those key items, see, then you'll be making progress. And a lot of times, all those other little steps, you can either knock them out along the way, or you might even not need to do them because you do something else that's bigger and more important, whatever. But you won't be focusing on the tiny stuff. You'll be knocking out the big items and making that progress, moving closer towards your goal. So that way you can conquer your goal. Sounds good, right? Yeah. Conquering your goals does sound good. I want you to do it. Make it happen. Maybe the big three will help you out. Maybe you just say, hey, I'm just going to do the one key. That way I just got one thing I've got to make sure that I do. Okay. Give it a try. Give both a try in combination or each on their own. But hey, it might help you. I know it helps me a lot. A lot. That way when I wake up in the morning, I know exactly what I need to do to keep moving forward. And that helps me, really helps me just to get up and get going because I don't have to worry, well, what do I need to do right now? I got a plan. All right. Well, thanks for listening to Eat Your Elephant. That's today's episode. I hope it helps. Give it a try. It's done wonders for me. I've been doing it for a while, and it's helped this busy dad of twins stay on top of the projects and goals that he wants to conquer and make happen. But there is one thing that my big three can't do on its own, and that's rate and review this podcast. By offering a rating or a review, it helps other people to find it. That way they can get a little bit of the positive message that, honestly, I believe the world needs. There's enough negativity out there, enough people telling you can't do something. I say that's a bunch of malarkey. Go out there and conquer your goals. And you can help somebody else do the same by reviewing this podcast so more people can find it. Well, thanks for listening. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon.